that's another series win for your Phillies. 7-0 over the Tampa Bay Rays. A very not stressful game. You only allowed 2 hits with Christopher Sanchez on the bump. I don't know how to judge Christopher Sanchez's day, because he went 6 innings, allowed no runs. Obviously, I believe only allowed 2 hits. Walked 3 guys, which was very odd for Christopher Sanchez. He had around like 6 strikeouts. His command was all over the place still, but he got away with it, especially since he is playing, pitching against a Tampa Bay Rays team where their offense is really not that good. But overall, he still went 6 scoreless. I really don't know how to judge the full work of Christopher Sanchez just because of how bad his command was today. And maybe also some of that is just because the strike zone from the umpire behind the plate tonight was very weird and very bad. So I think I'm more nitpicking than not with Christopher Sanchez. It's just that his command has been off the past 3 games, including tonight. So I'm just trying to gauge what version of Sanchez this is. He was still getting quick outs. He still managed to get guys out, ground balls, fly balls, whatever you named it. Overall, it was an okay day for Christopher Sanchez. I think I mark it as okay. If his command was purely crisp and he was fully locked in and not walking guys, I think he probably would have had 7 innings in this game. I think it was the right call for Rob Thompson to go to Taijuan Walker in this game. And oh my God, Taijuan Walker, holy fucking shit. 7 Ks out of the bullpen? What world is this Taijuan Walker? Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Taijuan Walker comes in, strikes out the side. Then I thought he was going to strike out the side again in the bottom of the 8th inning, but then he allowed a single. and then he strikes out another guy. He had 7 strikeouts in the entire game, and somehow he gets the save in a 7-0 ball game. That's weird. That is very weird. Phillies offense, they exploded in one huge inning where they scored a bunch of runs in this game. Trey Turner had a solo shot in this game. He had 2 RBIs in total. I think Bryson Stott had a couple of RBIs. Bryce Harper had a couple of RBIs in this game. So good for the very top of the lineup. Kyle Schwarber gets on base once again. The top of the lineup did a lot of the damage in today's game. So overall, very good. Phillies had a lot in this game. Johan Rojas had a suicide squeeze style bunt where a run was able to score because of it, and I have no idea how he fucking got the bunt down on that specific pitch when he struggles to bunt on pitches down the middle of the plate, but he bunts that pitch, which was very inside. I have no idea how he did it, but he did it. But he did it. And all of that turns into another series win for the Phillies. What is that, 4 series wins in a row since the Cubs series? So yeah, they played the Cubs, they played the Nationals, they played the Diamondbacks, and now playing the Tampa Bay Rays. That's 4 series wins in a row for this Phillies squad. So very good stuff. Very good stuff. And that's especially coming off of, getting swept by the New York Mets. So you follow that up by responding and winning 4 series in a row, and you have another chance to sweep tomorrow. Can you finally finish off a series sweep? And I do think the Phillies will probably sweep off Tampa Bay, because just looking at Tampa Bay, they are not that good. They are not good whatsoever. The pitching is probably the only reason they have so many wins that they do. Their offense is not good. Their offense is not good at all. So I really do expect, especially with Jesus Luzardo on the mound tomorrow, I do expect this Phillies squad to sweep this series tomorrow and put a nice cherry on top, which has been a very nice series for the Phillies, especially offensively. They've been having a very solid offensive performance for basically the past 4 games. What it feels like they've scored maybe 7 runs the past 4 games in each of them. So they're doing some good stuff offensively, and they're getting rewarded for it. So, and today especially, there was a huge stretch where they were just getting a bunch of hits with runners in scoring position, and it felt nice. It felt good. It felt very good. It felt very good. So it's just a bunch of feel-good wins right now. That's what the Phillies are doing here. And this still goes back to what we all talked about at the beginning of the season. With all the problems that we have with this Phillies team, they're still a good team. We're not denying that this Phillies squad is still a good team. It's just that everybody has the question marks about their flaws and what they're going to do if they do make the postseason. What happens in the postseason? they're going to have stretches like this where they played really good baseball and they win a lot of series. And that's what they're doing right now. It still doesn't mean I'm going to fully sell myself into the idea of like this team is going deep in October and they'll come up strong when they believe it. I hate to go into the negative realm of this, but you know, it's a talking point they get to bring up here. But it's a bunch of it's feel good wins. That's like what we really haven't gotten much of when they do win ball games this year. It's usually like a stress filled type of win where it comes down to the wire and the bullpen doesn't make you feel good. The offense doesn't make you feel good. But no, they've actually been giving you quality offensive performances, quality pitching performances, and just overall stress free wins when it's, you know, very, you know, calm and fun to watch. And you don't have to worry about anything because they got the job done and they're getting the job done. And that's the most important thing that matters right now. Get these good wins under your belt, especially when you're not playing that strong of competition. Really, the only good team that you've played in the past few series has been the Arizona Diamondbacks, also with the New York Mets. And granted, you got swept by the New York Mets, but then follow that up with, well, the Cubs are a very good team and they're a very good offense, even though that series wasn't really a full feel-good type of thing. They did manage to win those last two games. Washington, they probably could have swept that series. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they probably should have swept that series overall with the way that they came back in that game, but you really can't ask that much when you're down 7-1 and then all that crap happens. And then overall, they played a very good series here against Tampa Bay. And like I said, I do expect them to sweep tomorrow night with Jesus Luzardo on the bump, and that puts you in front to go to Cleveland to face, you know, a Guardians team that probably has around the same record as you, but they're still not that good of a team, even though they're probably going to be very annoying. That's probably what the Cleveland Guardians are at this point. But yeah, you've had a very good series so far, and you have a very good stretch of winning series here. It just would be nice to finally, you know, seal a deal with getting a sweep. That's what we want. You know, it's fun watching all these series wins. I just actually want to see you sweep a series. That would be nice, because I think the only series that you have swept this year was that second series of the year against the Colorado Rockies at home. I would like to see you sweep one. So I like I said, I do expect them to sweep tomorrow, just because that's how bad the Rays are, in my personal opinion, just from looking at them, you know, in this series. They are not good offensively whatsoever. Pitching can probably keep them involved, but probably not against a really good team like the Phillies. Other good teams in Major League Baseball, that's probably not going to really help them in that standpoint. So overall, just, you know, good 2 games here from the Phils. And just looking at, you know, major stat lines here, Christopher Sanchez, like I said earlier, 6 innings, 1 hit allowed, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, which has been a problem for Christopher Sanchez this year, unlike last year where he really didn't walk that many people. Like I said, the command was very all over the place from him. He only threw 47 strikes of his 85 total pitches. There was a long stretch in his ball game where he threw more balls than he did strikes, so that just shows how weird his command was today. But he still lowered his ERA to below 3, 2.89, had 5 strikeouts. It's like I said, it was a weird start for Christopher Sanchez, but he did get away with it because he was playing such, you know, pitching against such a putrid lineup. Taijuan Walker, just I he was fun. Like that was the funnest experience I've ever had, watching Taijuan Walker on the mound. And granted, he's pitching against Tampa Bay. I'm going to use the same reason like I did with Christopher Sanchez, but like Taijuan Walker just went out there and just dominated. He just dominated right from the get-go. 3 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts out of the bullpen, and 45 pitches and 30 strikes. He lowers his ERA to 2.3. Never thought I would say that in my entire life. A 2.3 ERA for Taijuan Walker. So going over the majority of this game, the Phillies did have a chance with 2 outs, 2 runners on in the top of the first inning. Nothing happened there with Nick Castellanos. Top second inning, they did have a base runner on with 2 outs. Nothing happened there. Then you go top 3. Trey Turner, 1 out, solo shot, crushes the ball to left field, becomes a 1-0 Phillies lead, so that's always nice to see. Kyle Schwarber had a 2-out single. Nothing happened because of that. And then you go into the top of the 4th inning where the Phillies really piled on in this ball game. Kepler leadoff single, JT Realmuto a walk, so you get first and second. Then a pass ball happens, which both JT and Max Kepler get over the second and third base. Alec Boehm grounds into a fielder's choice. It was a nice play by the Rays shortstop to throw home to get Kepler out there. So it's first and third with 1 out for Johan Rojas. Somehow he gets this bunt down. It was a Ball that was basically on his hands. He somehow gets the bunt down beautifully to where it's in a perfect spot to where JT Realmuto can score, and also they don't have a play at first base to where you have first and second and one out and a run scores, so it's 2-0 Phillies. Then Bryson Stott singles, which scores Alec Bohm, becomes 3-0. And then Trey Turner singles, which scores Johan Rojas, becomes 4-0. And then Bryce Harper doubles into the gap, which scores both Stott and Trey Turner, becoming a 6-0 lead. That's got to feel really good for Bryce Harper, hopefully getting an extra base hit and driving in a couple of runs. So it's 6-0 Phillies. Then the Rays decided to go to the bullpen. They eventually get out of it. Top 5 Phillies don't do anything. Top 6, Rojas with a single. He eventually stole second base. Then Bryson Stott drove him home to make it 7-0, and that was basically the rest of the offense the entire day. So overall, a really good offensive performance, and your pitching did the job. Let's just look at Taijuan Walker's innings, just so you know. So obviously, top 7 for Taijuan Walker, strikes out the side, beautiful stuff. Bottom 8 for Taijuan Walker, strikes out the first 2 batters, then allows a single, so that sucks, so he didn't get the strike at the side twice. But he eventually struck out the 3rd batter to get 6 of his outs were strikeouts. And then bottom of the 9th inning, he got the first 2 outs by ground out and line out, and then he struck out the last batter to end the ball game. So that finished off his 7th strikeout performance out of the bullpen. Very fun stuff. Very fun stuff from Taijuan Walker. I very much liked it. I very much liked it. So if we look at the lineup in totality for today's game, Bryson Stott, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Trey Turner had a very good day at the plate. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. His average is up to 307, on base up to 375, and he's slowly getting that slugging percentage up there. It's not good still. It's not good. He's getting a lot of singles, but this was his first extra base hit in a while with the solo shot. Slugging percentage still at 394, but baby steps. He got a home run today. Bryce Harper, he went 1 for 3 with the 2-run double. He got 2 RBIs there. Weston Wilson eventually came into the ball game for, just to give some guys some rest. He went 1 for 1. Kyle Schwarber, he went 2 for 5. Nick Castellanos, 1 for 5. Marsh eventually came in as the defensive replacement. Max Kepler, 1 for 5. JT Realmuto, he went 0 for 3 with a walk. He did leave the game after fouling a ball off of his foot, and I think the Phillies did say he had a bruise on his left foot, so most likely we will not be seeing JT Realmuto in tomorrow's game. Obviously, that makes sense. It's a getaway game. Put the backups in there, specifically Marchand, and you go on about your day. Alec Bohm, he went 1 for 4, and then Johan Rojas, he went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI on the suicide squeeze. Phillies with runners in scoring position, they went 4 for 10 with 8 runners left on base. Harper went 1 for 1, Turner went 1 for 1, and Stott went 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Other players, Castellanos went 0 for 3, Kepler went 0 for 1, and Schwarber and Bohm each went 0 for 1 as well. So another series win for your Phillies. I do think the Mets actually won the series in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. I think they split the first 2, and then they won the series for this series finale today. If I am not mistaken, yes, the Mets did win that game by a score of 7-1, so I'm assuming they won the 3-game set with the Diamondbacks. And if we look at the rest of this series for the Phillies, obviously there's one more game left, and it's going to be Jesus Luzardo on the mound, looking to continue his excellence. He is a 3-0 with a 1.94 ERA and a whip of 1.18. But going up against Ryan Pepiot, he is 2-4 with a 4.23 ERA and a whip of 1.41. Obviously has not been good this year, so we'll see with the Phillies offense if they can just continue to stay hot tomorrow. And then obviously if you look at the rest of the schedule for this weekend, they play in Cleveland. On Friday, it's Aaron Nola going up against Gavin Williams. And then on Saturday, it's Ranger Suarez going up against Tanner Beebe. And then on Sunday, it's Zach Wheeler going up against Luis Ortiz for the Cleveland Guardians. And all of those games are at nights. Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, and then Sunday at 7 o'clock. Sunday Night Baseball. So 2 nationally broadcasts in 2 Sundays in a row. So no Sunday afternoon baseball for us folks there. And then the Phillies return home for St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Then they go on the road again, and then the rest of the schedule. I'm not going to keep going over the rest of the schedule. Every goddamn recap, even though that is a habit that I do get into. The Braves lost, actually. They lost to the to the Cincinnati Reds. So that's always nice to see. They stay below 500 at 17-19. So hey, right now your Phillies, you are 21-15. You are 6 games above 500. And if we just look at the totality of the NL East standings, Mets are 24-14. You are 21-15, and you are 2 games behind the New York Mets for the NL East. The Braves, they're 17-19. They're 6 games back. The Nationals, they're 17-21, 7 games back, and then the Miami Marlins are 14-22. They are 9 games back. So yeah, good stuff. And just looking at the rest of baseball, the Cubs are 22-16. The Brewers are 19-19. The Reds are 19-19. The Cardinals are 19-19. That is crazy. That's 3 teams are 19-19. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates are 12-26. Yikes. The West, the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're 25-12. Padres are 23-12. The Giants are 24-14. That division is just absolutely insane. The Diamondbacks are 19-18, and then the Rockies, woof, they are 6-28. Easily the worst team in Major League Baseball. If you look at the American League, the East, the Yankees are 20-16. The Red Sox are 19-19. The Jays are 16-19. The Rays are 16-20. The Orioles are 13-21. Oh boy. I know Baltimore, their pitching has been absolutely dreadful. Holy shit. Didn't think they were that bad. The Central, the Tigers, they're 22-13. The Guardians, they're 22-15. The Royals, they're 22-16. The Twins, they're 16-20. And the White Sox are 10-27. And the West, the Mariners are 22-14. The Athletics are 20-18. The Astros are 18-18, the Rangers are 18-19, and the Angels are 14-20. So, not a lot of good teams in the American League, it looks like, for the most part. Really, the best division in the American League is the Central, which is normally the bad division. But the East is bad, and the West is bad. Oof, 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 oof. My goodness. So yeah, realistically, it's a good series for the Phillies. That's basically it. Overall, just a good series win, and you have a chance to sweep tomorrow. Just clean, no stress whatsoever. That's just what I want. That's what I want in my games. I don't want stress. I just want to relax, watch the game, not have to worry about, you go to a big lead, not have to worry about the team coming back into the game or anything like that. Very comfortable, very relaxing to where I can also watch Stanley Cup playoffs at the same time when I also watch the Toronto Maple Leafs go up 2-0 over the Florida Panthers not that long ago. So that was a very entertaining game. I only was able to catch the last half of it because I was editing for Brodes as the Phillies game just got underway. So we'll see. We got some stats right here. I'll be also on Twitter. This is from Ray Dunn of 97.5 The Fanatic. The Phillies are 8-2 since they have lost 5 in a row. They're averaging 6.3 runs per game in that time. They've hit 17 home runs in that time, and the bullpen has a 2.67 ERA in that span as well. Enjoyable baseball. Exactly. What else is there? I want to see some other good Phillies stats. It's still very weird that was considered a save for Taijuan Walker. I wonder why that was considered a save. I wonder why. And, no one's really asking the question why that was considered a save. I really don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. What else is there? It really is crazy, the ERA that Taijuan Walker has, a sub-3 ERA, and then his first appearance in the bullpen is, he shoves. That's crazy. That is crazy to witness. Seriously, 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 7 strikeouts out of the bullpen. His ERA is at 2.30. Never thought I would see the day. Never thought. And it's crazy, too, because the bats were struggling a little bit against Shane Baz, but then they really exploded in that 4th inning. Realistically, after Trey Turner's home run in the 3rd, the 4th innings where they really exploded. Baz allowed 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 83 pitches. And the one thing here, too, is when Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot, granted, today has been his best game in a little bit, but realistically, when we're watching Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot, this dude is seeing so many pitches, it's unreal. How many pitches did he see to lead off the game? in today? Well, obviously, he only saw 3 pitches to start today's game off, but basically, if you look at the majority of his at-bats, his second bat of the game before Trey Turner's home run, he saw 10 pitches. Even though that resulted in an out, he fouled like 4 straight pitches off in a full count, and then he eventually did line out, but he's seeing a lot of pitches. And then you go to his third at-bat in today's game, he saw 3 pitches. Go to his fourth at-bat in today's game, he saw 4 pitches. And then you go to his... Did he have a fifth at-bat in today's game? I thought he did. I think he did, and I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, 1 at-bat, 2 at-bat, oh, here, 3 at-bat. Okay, so he will obviously mix in an at-bat where he sees a lot of pitches, and that's a very helpful thing when you're batting leadoff, because it basically can showcase the entire repertoire of the starting pitcher, and that helps out your lineup a lot just to know what the guy is throwing out there. And Bryson Stott does a really good job of basically just seeing those pitches, making sure the guy is going to throw a lot out there on the mound in the at-bat. You know, he's going to foul off pitches, he's going to fight off pitches, and he's not really going to swing and miss that much. And sometimes in the rare occurrence, you'll see a very ugly Bryson Stott at bat, but he's always going to battle, he's always going to fight, and he's always going to put a good at bat up there in the leadoff spot. So realistically, I would say the entire experience of Bryson Stott overall so far this year in the leadoff spot has been very successful. And Kyle Schwarber obviously continues to be successful in the cleanup spot behind Bryce Harper because he just continues to get on base. He's been on base every single game this year, and still even dating back to last season, I think he has like a 35 game on base streak or something like that. It's like a 30 plus game on base streak. He's just been absolutely unreal. His on base percentage is .410 on the year. His slugging is .581. Just crazy stuff. His average is at .264. Kyle Schwarber, man. This dude has to be extended at some point, right? His OPS is at .991. Just crazy stuff. I actually do want to see his Baseball Savant page. Kyle Schwarber, that is, just to see how much red there is. So let's look at Kyle Schwarber's Baseball Savant. There's so much red. There is so much red. Oh my God, that is fun to see. Really, the only thing that is not good for Kyle Schwarber is his base running and his whiff. Sometimes he does whiff. Strikeout numbers are, basically right down the middle. His expected slugging is very good. His average exit velocity is very good. His barrel percentage is very good. His hard hit percentage is very good. Bat speed is elite. Chase percentage is elite. His walking is elite. Just overall, basically his running. His running is not good. And that's to be expected. That's why when you see a lot of the videos when Kyle Schwarber runs the bases, you always have to put the Pirates of the Caribbean music out there. Because it's an adventure every time he's running on the base paths, no doubt. Yeah. And besides that, there's really not much else to talk about with this game. Really not much else. So we do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline. We'll keep this as a shorter stream for you guys so we don't lollygag around here. So let's get to Steven. He left another voicemail for us, another short and sweet one. So let's get to that, and we'll get to some of you guys in the chat.
Hey, Amadeo. Another great win for the Phillies tonight, man. Just all around great. They got 7 runs tonight, which I really love to see. I think they've gotten 7 runs or more in like 7 of their last 10 games, so that's really good to see. Hopefully they can keep that up. Christopher Sanchez looked really good today. Taijuan Walker with 7 strikeouts. I mean, he could definitely be like a fix for this bullpen if he continues to do stuff like this. So it was a positive day for the Phillies. Everybody pretty much produced, and hopefully they get to sleep tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so too. And yeah, going to that stat where you brought up the 10-plus runs. So yeah, going back to their last 10 games. So yeah, 10 games here from this game tonight against Tampa Bay to the second game against the Chicago Cubs in that series. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 of their last 10 games, they've scored 7+ runs, and majority of those have resulted in wins. The only one that didn't result in a win was the 11-9 loss on Sunday against the Diamondbacks. but they won 10-4 in the second game against the Cubs. They beat the Nationals 7-6 in the first game. They beat them 7-2 in the second game. They beat the Diamondbacks 7-2 on Saturday. They lost to Arizona 11-9 on Sunday, and then yesterday they won 8-4 in Tampa, and then tonight they won 7-0 against Tampa. So, yeah, the offense has definitely been a lot better lately. So hopefully that's just a sign of good things to come consistently, or they're just on one of their typical hot streaks. So it's basically with this Phillies team, they're basically all clicking at once, or they're all not clicking at the same time. So we'll see where this continues. We'll see where this pushes them over the next course of the few games. But let's just focus on tomorrow. Let's try to get that sweep. Let's try to get that sweep against the Tampa Bay Rays with good old Zeus on the mound. Jesus Luzardo. Love watching me some Zeus. Really fun stuff. So, some of you guys in the chat right here. Raymond, how you doing? This is like a restart of spring training. All the things the Phillies were supposed to do and work on and fix in March, they're fixing now. Well, Tyler, well, damn, can't be mad about a shutout. Walker of all people. that was fun. That was sexy, if I do say so myself, out of the bullpen from Taiwan. Rays are the baseball versions of the New York Islanders. Decent defense, no offense, and play at a crappy place like the old Mausoleum. How old is the stadium for the Yankees here? How old is that spring training ballpark for the AAA team, whatever it is? I forget what it is. Franco, I'm hoping that they can sweep this team to make them 1.5 games behind the Mets. Yeah, I do think they'll sweep. I think they're overdue for one. And I think against this Rays team, they can sweep. So I do expect that. I definitely do expect that. So I guess that'll be a good spot for us to end it here, people. Yeah, it's a good game. Another series win. Let's see if they can get the sweep tomorrow. Sadly, tomorrow's not an afternoon game. I would have loved to see. It's always nice to have an afternoon game on a Thursday to where you don't have to worry about anything the rest of the day. Nope, you gotta be in that game. Gotta be in that game, I guess. So tomorrow's 7 o'clock once again, and we'll be back after that game tomorrow. So we'll see. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I definitely recommend you hitting that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. You can also drop a like and leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. It's a great deal. Don't pass it up. And also leave a follow at TTPSports on Instagram and TikTok for all the other good stuff. So, yeah, good series win by the Phillies. Let's see if they can sweep tomorrow. So, thanks, guys, for tuning in.